Movie walkouts are one of the most uncommon yet somehow most repetitive phenomena in Bollywood or in any other industry. They're like that one friend who always shows up late to a party, says they're coming but vanishes halfway through the dinner. These walkouts usually plague big projects as well, but oddly enough, the biggest ones that suffers are the small projects and the movie never ends up getting made. Now before that happens, there's usually an entire circus of drama. This drama reaches peak insanity when a big star is involved and decides to walk out. And recently, we've had two such high voltage cases in Bollywood, both vastly different but equally difficult. Let's begin with the first one, which honestly, I don't think even it's a real case. I'm talking about the so-called walkout of Paresh-Akshay from Hera Pheri 3. Yes, the franchise, the Hera Pheri series, is one of the most beloved comedy franchises in Indian cinema history, with a cult fan base that will probably quote "Utha le re Baba" in their sleep. But despite all that love, since Hera Pheri in 2006, it's been a roller coaster of false starts, messy production battles, and a lot of saying that ye film banegi ki nahi bhai. Yet, through all the chaos, one thing remained constant: the Holy Trinity. Sunil Shetty, Akshay Kumar, and Paresh-Akshay, always committed, always hopeful that one day Hera Pheri 3 would be made. And then finally, something moved last year, or so we thought. At first, Farhad Samji was handed the script. Then Akshay Kumar read it and did what most of us do with Farhad Samji involved in it. Walked out of it, He didn't like the final product, not one bit. So he exited. Months, and lo and behold, the OG director Priyadarshan made a surprise return. Fans rejoiced, nostalgia was about to hit hard. It looked like Hera Pheri 3 was finally back on track. And here comes the plot twist. News broke out that Paresh-Akshay had walked out again. And then the drama continued, saying that Akshay Kumar's team was suing Paresh-Akshay for financial damages because the project was delayed again. But hold on, let's take a collective deep breath of what's cooking at all. This whole thing feels fishier than a beachside fish market at 5 a.m., Are we really supposed to believe that a film whose entire existence depends on its iconic trio is going to go forward with 1/3 of that trio, Babu Rao himself, not being there? And one more thing, neither Paresh-Akshay or Akshay Kumar has addressed the situation seriously. Like, two of the most outspoken people have said nothing about it. Paresh-Akshay did drop a tweet saying that it was clearly some differences that caused it, and Akshay just gave a one-liner in a Houseful 5 interview and said he wouldn't comment. That's it. And so, what's the tea? My theory is that this is a marketing stunt. Think about it. What if Babu Rao's character is going solo on a new adventure and this fake feud is just a setup? Maybe a surprise teaser will drop soon and we'll all feel played. Or maybe the worst case scenario is that they really lost Paresh-Akshay from the project. And if that's true, RIP to this movie franchise, man. Now let's move on to a case that's a complete 180-degree turn from this mess. The curious case of Sandeep Reddy Vanga and Deepika Padukone. Let's rewind the clock a bit, A few years ago, King was announced. Shah Rukh Khan starring, Siddharth Anand was directing, and half of Bollywood was already supposedly cast in it. Naturally, Deepika's name was attached. Around the same time, rumors started feeling out that Deepika was also being cast in Sandeep Reddy Vanga's Spirit, opposite Prabhas. The casting limbo began, then Deepika got pregnant. Things slowed down. Still, the buzz remained strong that she was doing Spirit until the Twitterverse exploded. Deepika's fan base started protesting. They argued that a feminist icon like her could never work with someone like Sandeep Reddy Vanga, whose films have been accused of glorifying toxic masculinity. As the rumors grew out louder, the backlash grew stronger. Then came the announcement that Deepika wasn't doing Spirit anymore. And shortly after, she signed for another multi-starrer directed by Atlee, a film already crowded with 3 heroines opposite Allu Arjun. Not exactly a solo comeback, isn't it? So what's the real story? Well, it all gets confused when Tripti Dimri enters the entire outcast. Suddenly, Spirit announces that Tripti is the new lead. This news cycle goes wild. Conspiracy theory starts flooding in. Insiders claim that Deepika had put unreasonable conditions. Now, I'm going to put these unreasonable conditions, which are just speculations by the way. I'm going to explain them. Just take it with how much you're ever gonna take it. The first one was fee. Apparently, Deepika asked for 20 to 40 crores to star in the film. Now, while that sounds outrageous, let's not forget there are male actors with zero box office credibility asking for similar sums. So, shocking as it is, it's not entirely impossible. Second is the 8-hour workday schedule. She reportedly wanted a strict schedule because she just had a baby. Totally fair. Any sane workplace would respect that. But media spins it like she was asking something very extraordinary or outrageous. Number 3, the bold scenes. This one's the most absurd I've ever heard of. Apparently, Deepika backed out of because there were too many bold scenes. I mean, really? Are we supposed to believe she only found out this after being casted? In a Sandeep Reddy Vanga film, that too? That's like being surprised that there's violence in Tarantino flick. Come on, man. So what really happened? Probably a mix of truth, exaggeration, and a PR spin. But the biggest collateral damage in all of this is Tripti. She's one of the most promising, talented actors in recent years. But because she starred in Animal and now in Spirit, she's being dragged through the mud by fans of an actress she has just replaced. That's a bit unfair, right? Tripti always deserves better. She's being flung around in the middle of two gigantic egos and their respective PR team, and no one's looking out for her. And then out of nowhere, Sandeep Reddy Vanga drops a cryptic tweet, something about someone who just entirely exposed his entire story, which is now affecting the younger actress. Boom. What a mic drop. What a definite tweet. Internet on fire kind of a tweet, man. Suddenly, these all rumors became half-truths. The PR whispers turned into headlines, and here we are waiting, just waiting for Sandeep to show up in an interview and spill every spicy detail of what has happened. And when he does, you better be prepared, because I'm gonna be there with a popcorn and a notebook. And that's it for today. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who likes these drama. I'll see you in the next one.